Welcome everybody to the Major Wrestling Arena here tonight in Long Island, New York. We have ourselves a huge title-for-title matchup pitting friend versus friend, co-host of a podcast versus co-host of a podcast. We have up first the most professional wrestler, Brian Myers, coming out with the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast Championship. Both titles will be defended here tonight. The most professional wrestler in the world, Brian Myers, pitted against his best friend and co-host of the podcast, always ready, Matt Cardona, Cheap Brian Myers, as some people call him, here tonight defending that championship, whereas Matt Cardona will be defending his Internet Championship. This is going to be a very huge match, and for Matt Cardona, there are a lot of things in life that he values. His friends, his family, his fiance, Chelsea Green, his Greg the Hammer Valentine Rhythm and Blues figure. But here tonight, as it pertains to this matchup, the thing that he has to worry about losing is his Internet Championship. The thing that many people say brought his star power to the absolute next level. And here tonight, he could lose it to his best friend, the most professional wrestler in the world, Brian Myers. If you wonder why I keep mentioning it, it's because it was in my contract. He told me I had to make sure I keep saying it. There you see the referee going to be taking both championships from both men. One of these men is walking out of here with both of those championships here tonight. Look at them. Look at them. Both beautiful in their own ways. And here we go. Both men preparing in the corner. Brian Myers staring eye to eye with his former edgehead. Brian Myers quickly mouthing off early on here. Matt Cardona going to back him up into the corner. Matt Cardona using the newly found muscles and strength. Oh, and Brian Myers. Oh, come on. How can you call yourself the most professional wrestler when you're doing moves like this? Slapping a guy in the face in the corner, trying to go for a sneaky roll-up pin. I guess that's not really cheating. It's more of just kind of a cowardice way to try and beat your opponent. Matt Cardona sending him off the ropes. Oop, trips him up. Leapfrog over. Oh, missed with the back elbow. Brian Myers able to counter, sending Cardona into the ropes. Oh, looking for the clothesline from Stanford. Matt Cardona off the ropes. Oh, Brian Myers. Oh, delivers the knee, stopping the momentum of Cardona. Oh, and hits him with a nice snap regular suplex, I should say. I don't know, he might be German. No, he's not. Funny thing, Brian Myers' gear is actually inspired by one of his favorite Impact Wrestling stars, the Monster Abyss. Ooh, definitely ever since coming to Impact Wrestling, Brian Myers has definitely been much more aggressive than we had seen him previously in WWE under the name Kurt Hawkins. Or many people may remember him more recently for his historic losing streak. Definitely a very interesting thing to be remembered for, but here tonight he wants to be remembered as the man that defeated Matt Cardona to become the double champion. And here we go, Brian Myers into the cover and a kick out very quickly by Matt Cardona. And the thing is here for Cardona, he's got to fight back up to a vertical base. He's got to get his strength and power back into this matchup. And Cardona finds his opening, clotheslines Brian Myers over the top rope down to the floor. And look at this, the Major Arena, modeled after one of the retro rings of the WWF. Oh, and Brian Myers tripping up Matt Cardona, who definitely missed with that kick. And oh, dong, right off the ring post. And Brian Myers will gladly look for a count-out win. Though I don't know how the rules pertain to a title match. I don't know if you would win the championship off a countout. Oh, look at this. Oh, clothesline from Stanford on the outside. Jeez, that was a stiff clothesline. You know he took some Blue Chew before this match. Brian Myers tossing Cardona back inside the ring. And Cardona very slowly making it up. Oh, back to his feet, but Cardona put right back down with the neck breaker. Oh, I didn't even notice his legs were close to the ropes. And look at this. Myers arguing with the referee. And Matt Cardona back to his feet. Oh, shoving Brian Myers in the back. Sends him off the ropes. Here we go. Flapjack onto the face. And Matt Cardona now back in control. Although he's going to have to recover from such a stiff clothesline from Stanford. Oh, in the corner. Big elbow smash. That sets him up for the broski boot. Says this is over. Oh, Brian Myers back to his feet. Brian Myers puts him down, sending him face first, and now Cardona having to drag himself up in the corner. And Cardona, oh, runs out of the way of that splash. Oh, look at this. Tiger driver. Here we go. Cover 1, 2. No. Oh, Brian Myers able to reverse the pressure. And a kick out by Cardona. Brian Myers with another clothesline from Stanford. Thought he nearly had it off that splash until Cardona moved out of the way. A little shout out to their buddy Stang. And now Brian Myers trying to use the ropes to beat Cardona. And it looked like the referee caught on to it. Now Cardona. Ooh, and Brian Myers trading shots back and forth. Repeated elbows by Myers. Ooh. Spins him around. And a reverse suplex. Jeez, we talk about the strength of Matt Cardona. Many people don't realize the strength of Brian Myers. But also, apparently, Brian Myers doesn't know the wherewithal and the sight of where his opponent is in the ring. Oh, and Matt Cardona hopping up to his feet yet again. Irish whipping Myers into the corner. It's hard to think these two are former multi-time tag team champions, and here tonight they're fighting each other like they're blood rivals, but this is what both of these championships mean to both men. Here we go, forearm in the corner, and Brian Myers is in perfect position. Woo, 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 you know it, broski boot in the corner, and now Cardona is lining up for Radio Silence, the former Rough Rider. Here we go. Oh, Brian Myers meets him with a big lariat. Cardona wisely retreating to the apron, away from a pinfall attempt, but Brian Myers going high risk off the top rope. Big clothesline, knocking Cardona to the floor. And now the problem is for Brian Myers, does he go out for his opponent or... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, the most professional wrestler going high risk to the outside with a huge diving clothesline. And Cardona, he's looking pretty out of it. Holy cow. Tossing him back inside the ring. Brian Myers may have him right where he wants him. Looking for the Hangman's neck breaker. Or the Hangman's facebuster, I should say. Oh, great switch around. Cardona kicks the leg. Oh, backslide, cover, 2. No, kick out. And there we go, face to face, eye to eye. Both men know what's coming next. Kicking it into another gear. Oh! Trading shots back and forth. Brian Myers. Oh, gets blocked. Matt Cardona with his own shot. Myers blocks it, kick to the gut. Oh, and another shot by Myers. Cardona blocks, back and forth. Ooh, repeated forearms. Cardona sending Myers off the ropes. Oh, huge back elbow. And the flash of red can only mean one thing. The most professional wrestler has become the most bloody wrestler in this match. Looking for Radio Silence again. Brian Myers able to counter out of it. Oh, Myers. Here we go. Planting him face first. Flipping him over, landing right on his head. And there you see Brian Myers wearing the crimson mask. Now look at this. Myers into the cover this time, hooking the leg, trying to stop a rope break attempt, but it doesn't matter. Cardona kicks out. Brian Myers, the most professional wrestler and the wisest wrestler, realizing the last couple times Cardona was able to get a rope break. This time he hooked the leg, trying to stop that from happening. But in the end, didn't matter. Cardona able to kick out, and so Brian Myers is going to try and take the energy and take the air out of Cardona's lungs. Oh, Cardona. Repeated elbows to the gut, breaking up the hold. And Cardona has his opening. Big forearm. And it's only opening that cut, that big cut on Brian Myers' head even more. And this looks like it could be Cardona getting in position for a huge 450 splash off the top rope. Here we go. 450. Oh, and Myers got the knees up. Oh, and look at this. Brian Myers with the spear! Shout out to their old buddy Edge, the Rated R Superstar's own spear, used tonight, but still not able to grant Brian Myers the victory. Cardona landed hard on the knees of Brian Myers and then followed up with the spear. I don't know how Cardona is staying in it, but somehow he is. Oh, and moves out of the way of the heat-seeking elbow from Brian Myers and meets him with a drop kick. And there you saw Cardona momentarily grabbing at the ribs. He's got to shake that pain off. He's going to the top rope. Oh, big splash onto Myers. But how much pain did that cause Matt Cardona? We'll find out here. Cover 1, 2. No, kick out by Myers. Both men starting to settle in to what could be the highest gear of this matchup. Trying to wonder what it's going to take to put away not only just their competitor, but their best friend. Oh, and look at this. Oh, flipping him over. Landing square on the back. And Cardona getting a little bit more aggressive. He wants it. He wants to hit that radio silence. Here we go. Oh, Myers again able to scout it. Oh, kick to the face. Or kick to the gut. Here we go. Hangman's face buster. Face first goes Cardona. Look at this splat on the mat. And Myers into the cover. Is this all? Is this it? For the championship? No, it's not. By the slimmest margin, Matt Cardona was able to kick out, and Brian Myers is ticked off. He's arguing with the referee, saying it was a 3 count. No, it was not. You can check the replays. It definitely wasn't. Matt Cardona getting back up to his feet super quickly. Backslide. No, great counter. And once again, face to face, eye to eye. Oh, tried to look for the face man. Hangman's face buster again. Cardona. Big neck breaker. Shout out to Rick Rude. Now Cardona. Ooh, sending Myers onto the apron. Oh, meets him with a spear of his own, taking him off the apron. And Cardona is fired up. What's he looking for here? Uh-oh. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Not to the outside. Not to the outside. 450 splash. Oh, my God. A 450 splash to the outside, but the way he launched himself, he only landed on Brian Myers' leg. Oh, man, that might be hard for Myers to stand later on, but definitely not a lot of impact there. And you got to think about the bad ribs of Cardona from earlier. Imagine how much pain that is going to the outside with that move. Now Brian Myers looks to be out. Matt Cardona seems to be gassed after landing on the floor on the outside. Cardona daring him to get back to his feet, saying, bring it on. Oh, another clothesline from Myers. It looked like we were getting a bit of a Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels moment. I'm sorry, I love you. Cardona looked like he was looking for radio silence. Oh, and Brian Myers looked like he was going for the facebuster again. Cardona sends him into the corner. Back and forth these men go. They know each other very, very well. They know all their moves, all the reversals to their moves, all their reversals to their reversals. Question is, who's going to make the biggest mistake now? And Matt Cardona trying to fire himself up, getting the crowd into it from off the top rope. Here we go. Hurricane Rana taking down Brian Myers, square in the middle of the ring, right on top of the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast logo. And now Matt Cardona setting him up for something big off the top. Big leg drop. Realized his ribs were hurting, had to use something he doesn't really use that often. Delivers the big double leg drop, and now going back up to the top rope. Oh, and the elbow drop. Double diving moves from off the top. Is it enough? 2. No, a kick out by Myers. First the 450 to the outside, then the diving leg drop, then the elbow drop, and still Brian Myers is able to kick out. That is why he is the most professional wrestler. Now look at this, looking for radio silence again, and Brian Myers still able to counter it. Brian Myers knows every way to counter out of the radio silence. He knows to scout for it. That's the same move that won Matt Cardona back when he was Zack Ryder. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute, that's Stang's baseball bat. Oh, Brian Myers tried to use Stang's baseball bat. The referee... Oh, the referee got it out of his hands. And Brian Myers was momentarily distracted. Cardona with radio silence. And it leads to the win. Matt Cardona becomes the double champion here tonight in the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast Arena. Cardona able to take advantage. Brian Myers took his eyes off the ball just for a moment, tried to use Stang's baseball bat, and it leads to the victory for Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona is your double champion here tonight. Not only the internet champion, but now the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast champion.